right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lights. And we're off racing here in France for round 9 of Summit League Racing Division 2. And it looks like Vapid Coot getting off to a nice start. Same with Carita, all of them making up a couple positions. Abcordy keeping the lead ahead of Men's. And now Vapid Coot and Legends going side by side. And there goes Vapid Coot. He's round. He's round, Corey.
That could be crucial for the championship. Obviously, Men's still with a race wins extra points in Championship League. But this could really help him tonight with his nearest championship rival round and down in last.
Yeah, we're on board here with Legends now, as you guys are seeing the replay on the right side of your screen. But we are live on the left. We're still with Lee and Legends. They're up in 2 and 3 respectively. And what a crazy start to this race that was.
Well, Neg Fry's been spun round as well at the long left-hander, should I say. And he's now down to the back as well. Can't get any luck this season, can go Neg Fry. And it looks like Josh and South Raptor are battling out for turn deep at the moment. It looks like Josh has came out on top. He's had a mega first lap as BCFC Josh after starting from the back of the grid.
Yeah, up 7 positions, and we're not even a lap in. The Alpha Tower looking good as we coming up to turn 10 and 11. Already getting nice and close to the points. And we got lots of laps to go here, Corey.
Indeed we do. It does look like Josh is still holding on to that 13th place at the moment, but I think the closest battle on track at the moment might be Blaine and that guy. I'm not sure. It looks like Blaine's just made a little bit of an error, but at the end of the first lap, F1 AB QWERTY has had the dream first lap, and he's on the slower tyre as well compared to Men's. He's already pulled DRS going on to the second lap. Great start for the Red Bull driver.
Yeah, of course, it's important to take note to any of the new viewers out there that DRS will not be activated until the third lap, which is basically an extra straight line speed in certain areas. On this track, it's 2 specific areas. The rear wing just opens up and gives you, what, 10, 20 kilometers extra straight line speed, would you say?
Yeah, roughly around that. Again, slipstream as well behind another car may help as well. Speaking of behind another car, Adrian is all over the rear diffuser of FRO Carita at the moment. He's got that extra grip on the mediums. I think he's a little bit too far to think about going for a move, but I don't think we're going to be waiting for long.
Yeah,
Josh is round.
Uh-oh.
Josh, after a mega start, has gone round. And he's down to last. All that progress he's made on the first lap, and he's now back down to the back again. He's got to do it all over again. And
obviously going to be a lot harder now, considering he is quite literally 5 seconds away from the proverbial back of the pack. And
he's actually had a mega start as well with his LSW Legend. He's up into third. He's all over the back of Lee Men's here, and it looks like the Aston Martin is looking quicker than the championship leader at the moment.
Yeah, doing some Fernando Alonso-esque driving here, folks, is the Aston Martin. Looking solid. And ironically, he is, you know, a Legend Alonso, and we are watching Legend. Cooper Benz, though, right there as well, just waiting in the wins. Still with, well, he was in DRS range. Now he's just fallen out. If he can keep within that DRS range, you know, maybe he can take advantage coming out of turn 7. We'll see how this plays out.
The DRS has been enabled this lap now, and F1 AB QWERTY 1.5 seconds clear at the moment. As you said, Ben's now dropping out of DRS, but I think this might be a golden opportunity for Legend to try and get past JD Menz and potentially challenge AB QWERTY for the race lead.
Yeah, it seems like Legend's got a little bit more pace here. Maybe Men's struggling on the mediums. We're not 100% sure what's going on here.
A little bit too far back to think about going for a move with Legend there, but I think if he could keep this gap around the same, maybe going on to the next lap, he might be able to think about going for a move. But Menz has now closed in a little bit on AB QWERTY. It's 1.1 seconds now, so maybe those mediums are starting to come alight for the championship leader.
Yeah, that has to be, like, you have to think that maybe something was wrong, obviously, with the Ferrari. Maybe it was the temperatures that was just the issue.
Oh, and Hal's gone round the Alfa Romeo. He's lost it at the hairpin, and that's his progress. I think he was in P9, and he's now dropped all the way down to 17th place. 18th now, fighting with Moley.
Yeah, that's not fun. He also didn't have a very fun F2 race yesterday, if I'm not mistaken. So France, maybe not one of his favorite tracks here in this game.
Legend's still all over the back as there was so nearly contact between him and Menz, and that so nearly ended it in tears. And Benz is now starting to close in on this pack, but if Legend could just close up a little bit more, he's used quite a bit more battery than Lee Menz. But Menz is still somehow holding on to this second place, withstanding the pressure from LSW Legend behind.
You know, Legend's right in the thick of things. He's gotta pick his moment correctly for sure, because there's no point in risking it here in lap 4. There's, as I said earlier, there's lots of time, lots of racing to go. Adrian picked up the fastest lap. He's now going around the outside of Carrito at 8 and 9. Gonna get the inside of 9 though. It looks like Carrito getting the better exit and able to keep the position. Nice battling there between the Mercedes and the Ferrari. And while I was talking about that, coming into turn 10, Legend has made the move on Lee now.
He has. He's up into second place. He has used quite a lot of battery, though. Men's got nearly double the battery that Legend has ahead of him, with QWERTY as well, with around the same battery as Men's. So he might be able to defend from the Aston Martin behind if he gets close to DRS. But still, a great move, nevertheless, from Legend.
Yeah, this race is really opening up here. Now coming into lap 5 officially. And now Legends is taking the fastest lap of this race.
He's doing a great job so far. Another man who's had a brilliant race so far, two people, is Blaine, who's up into points from 17th place. And that guy started 19th. He's now up into 11th, getting 8th place, as well as teammate BSFC Josh has just had another spin out of the final corner. So it's a really tough day on the other side of the AlphaTauri garage.
Uh-oh. And it looks like Josh is disconnected from the session as well to boot, so
Getting back in.
adding insult to injury is
No, I
the
can't
game.
get it back in. I forgot his PC.
Yeah, he's a PC guy,
Yeah,
so.
Yeah, hopefully he can get back in. Rapid Coup has gone round again. It's a nightmare race so far for the man in second place in the championship. He was making his way back through, and I'm not sure if he's had contact or lose the back end, but he is round once again, and it's just going from bad to worse for Rapid Coup.
Doesn't appear that he has damage, so that's at least the positive. You got Adrian Carrito now battling it out in turn 11. They are side by side, Corey. Oh my goodness. Adrian just not able to get the position. Carrito holding him off, fighting. Like his life depended on it for this P6 position.
Carrito somehow getting the position on the worse, harder tyre compared to Adrian, so a great job from the Mercedes car. And it's really sad we're going to be losing this track next game, because obviously they didn't sign the contract with this track, but it has provided some brilliant action so far in the two races we've had so far this weekend. They're only 6 laps in.
Yeah, I have to complain. Like, I really love this track in the video game. I like personally think it's a really nice track. Oh, there's someone around.
It's Benz.
Yes. Fuck what I was about to say, because Koopa Benz in the McLaren has spun. He was sitting in P4 of this race, and now he is sitting in P17, 18 maybe. Oh my goodness.
A nightmare for the McLaren drivers. Same place where W. Turner lost it yesterday. Cooper Benz, funny enough, in the same position as well, has lost it and is now down to 18th and has got to show that pace to get back through. But I think Adrian and Carrito are battling again.
Yeah, they are actually. So ironically, I'm on board with them. Luckily, we just saw the overtake. And it looks like Adrian gonna stick it for once. The UK men showing us how it's done. But I'm sure if I know anything, if I know Carrito, that man is not gonna give it up without a fight. He's gonna come back.
Indeed, Carrito, race winner this season. He's going to get his elbows out. He wants to get back in this battle potentially for the race victory. But at the moment, F1AB QWERTY is now over 2 seconds clear of LSW Legend.
Yeah, and he's not really using any battery for that matter as well. So he's obviously very comfortable on this track. And I mean,
while you were talking there, Owen Howe losing it again. Sorry to interrupt there. The hairpin is now down to 19th place, so it's just getting even worse now for Owen Howe.
Well, you know, Corey, what they say, when it rains, it pours.
Exactly.
Looks like Adrian now coming up to the heels of Commence now, hunting down that P4 position. Now that he's taken the Mercedes, he wants a little bit of French baguette.
Oh, I'm loving this so far. Absolutely loving this.
Oh, Cowan, welcome to the
Indeed, he is
dub zone,
closing
brother.
up. He's closing up his Adrian. Is he going to be close to go for a move? It's going to be a very late lunge. He's going to think about it. No, he's going to wait behind, but he's going to close up a lot in the braking zone as Benz picks up a penalty. As you said, when it rains, it pours. And for Cooper Benz, it is getting worse and worse for him now.
You know, if Adrian wants some tips into the chicane of 8 and 9, I know a guy. I know a guy that made a move there. I know a guy. You might know him too, Corey.
I might know him. I might know him, to be fair. I had a good little battle yesterday, so did with Griffiths, so a bit of trick going into there, but Adrian maybe needs to take a few of those little tips and might be able to get past Commence next lap if we can hold maybe within about 4/10 of him going down that straight. We will see. He's going to get another dose of DRS going down the main
So
straight.
box.
Fuck off, Raj.
Box.
No one's boxing just yet.
What a great move I've just seen. I know it's for 15th place, but Golden Egg Fryer has just gone all the way round the outside of Moley, and he's up into 15th place now, trying to recover what has been a tough race for him so far.
Yeah, I see you guys picking on him a lot in the chat. What's the deal with Egg Fryer? What's his story?
He's kind of just been very, very unlucky for like the past 2 seasons. He's normally always in a great position, just something. The majority of the time out of his control, either him getting hit out or just some issues, just sees him spin and just again it just goes downhill for him.
Oh, very unfortunate stuff. Hopefully he gets a little bit better luck as the season rolls through. We're only in round 9, folks. There's lots of races to go, so it's always possible.
Looks like South Raptors closing up on that guy as well, heading towards the chicane. Can he make it move down the inside? It's going to be the 2 Red Bull teams going side by side. South Raptors cut the chicane. He's going to get a penalty for it. He gets past the sister team and is now into the points position past that guy.
Yeah, and Zach is Beast taking advantage. It looks like that guy got a little compromised on the exit of the chicane. And Zach is Beast saying, thank you very much. I'll take P11. I'll go for the final points position.
Indeed he is. Zakisby still sticking there, but Adrian, though, he's still sticking with Commence at the moment, still within DRS range, but loses a lot of time in that final sector to the Alpine driver.
I mean, as long as he can keep DRS, that'll be the most important thing for him, and he can stay ahead of Corrido, who is also right there in the wings, on the hard compound too, so the longer this stint goes on, you gotta imagine that Corrido's just gonna get better. Or I guess in this case, Adrian will get worse. Corrido will stay the same.
Obviously, strategy will come into play. Obviously, Commence is going to be a lot quicker towards the end of the race. Adrian's really got to use those medium tyres to his advantage earlier on in this race because his pit window will be coming up a lot earlier than it will be for Commence. No tries, just got past legendary Danny D down the inside at the end of the first sector. He's now up into 14th place, but I think he's about to lose that position. He might even lose 2 positions here because there's a tasty little battle going on for 14th place. He's not going to have DRS and might be under threat from a couple of cars from behind now.
Oh wow, there's a big battle here. Oh my goodness.
A 5-car battle, I think. Ben's maybe going for a move. He's right on the back of Moley, but thankfully no contact, but Ben's waiting his time to try and slide back through and try and make his way back up the order. And Adrian has made the move.
Yep, finally. Man, there are...
Try and close into the DRS of his teammate Jody Menz.
There are battles left, right, and center once again here at Summit. It is absolutely heart-wrenching stuff here. It's crazy. But yeah, the Ferrari's 3rd and 4th.
Crazy. Speaking of crazy, it looks like South Raptor has just slid his way back through on Zaki's Beast. He's gone all the way around the outside, and South Raptor's now back into the points position now. Some tasty little battles going on.
Alright, this man is fucking flying, Corey. He's just taking the fastest lap of the race. He's very nearly in DRS range of his teammate for that final podium position. Adrian is fucking flying.
Don't think he hasn't got DRS here, so he's just out. This will have commenced, maybe close up a little bit more. He's going to bring Carito along with him this time, but Adrian needs to find a little bit more pace to get within DRS with his teammate.
And you can see that low downforce thing really helping him in the straight. But is it going to work here? Oh my goodness, this is just crazy racing. The top three separated by over a second, so nothing too crazy. We're going to watch this battle 4th, 5th, and 6th, respectively.
Indeed, Adrian commence. Carito, 4th, 5th, 6th. As you said, it is going to taste a little better so far for the first 10 laps. And we've got another 17 laps to go, and I've got a feeling it's going to go all the way to the checkered flag. At the moment, Carito's the closest one to the car ahead of him. That's commenced, and hasn't got the battery to attack. And not really any of the back two have got any battery to attack, but they're going to be looking behind and they're going to be looking forwards as well. Scott Borger is the first car to pit.
Oh, well, someone had to go in first.
Early stop for the Alpine driver, so he's going to be hoping this undercut is going to try and help him. But as we saw last night, fresh tyres are very, very crucial around here. When Carito's made the move down the inside on Commence, and he's now up into 5th place. Not sure if Commence made a mistake out of turn 2 that gave Carito a great run, but now the Mercedes driver, as he has done this season, showing some great pace. He's showing some great pace here and up into 5th place.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately I didn't get to catch it. It looks like, though, the McLaren of Koopa Benz off again at the first chicane, Corey. And the McLaren driver not having a fun race anymore. He was sitting up in P4 for the ladies and gentlemen who have just joined us. He was sitting up in P4 at a point in this race. Now, obviously, in P18 with a track penalty to boot.
Indeed, a race to forget for Cooper Benz at one of his favourite tracks. It's going to be one he's going to not want to see again. Of course, we won't see it again next game. But Adrian, he's still closing in on his teammate Jenny Menz here. Of course, with that lower downforce setup, as you said, he's going to be a rocket ship in a straight line. But through these corners, he's going to be losing quite a bit of time. And I think the key thing is just sticking within DRS and the two Ferraris to maybe work together as see Menz now peel off into the pit lane.
Yeah, and that is going to be the story here. The undercut, the overcuts, what's going to happen there. Obviously, Griffiths yesterday getting the overcut done right. You, though, were saying, I remember in the interview post-race, that the undercut is very powerful, and it won you, I believe, last season. So, we'll see what happens here.
Yeah, we'll see. Again, it is very, very powerful here, as I said. But what's going to be crucial is where is he going to come out compared to Scarborger? Scarborger is now coming around the final corner. Menz is now right at the pit lane exit. And it looks like Menz has still got a pretty decent gap ahead of Scarborger, as Benz has retired in the pit lane, I believe that is. So we don't have to worry about no safety car. But at the moment, gap is around 4.5 seconds. Of course, those hards are going to take quite a while to warm up, only about half the lap at least.
Man, now Carito right on the heels of Adrian, it would appear. I mean, Carito made up quite a bit of time somewhere.
I was just going to say, Legend has really closed the gap now to Quality, so those mediums are really starting to get in their element, and Legend, of course, using quite a lot of battery. He's now within 0.4 seconds of the race leader.
Where the hell did that come from? You have to assume that Abcordy must have messed up somewhere.
May have so. I wouldn't be surprised if we see Legend, and probably Adrian as well, in this lap to strap on their hard set of tyres to take to the end of the race.
Well, we're about to see. Yeah, you looks like you called it, my friend.
Both of them are in to go for their hard strategy. They're going to be on the slower tyre to the end. That's the advantage of starting on the slower tyre. You get the quicker tyre to go to the end of the race, and that's exactly what Eddie Quirk is doing at the moment. Carito sliding through into 2nd place now. The Commence still holding on within DRS at the moment. Again, where are these drivers going to come out compared to Scarborger and JD Menz? How is this undercut going to play out for Menz and Scarborger as Borger's going towards the final corner now? Menz is just round the final corner. But where are they going to come out? Adrian has just left the pit lane. Legend has now left the pit lane. He's now onto the track. And it looks like Menz has jumped his teammate in the pit stops.
Well, he was always ahead of him, but it looks like Menz has definitely gained some time on Adrian.
Like quite a bit as well, 1.6 seconds, and that's before any tyre warmth is done. So this is maybe going to close Scar Borger into the occasion now.
Yeah, now we'll have to keep an eye on when Abcordy and Corrido decide to come in. It looks like Zach is Beast making the move on South Raptor. I just caught that on the inside. Gonna stay on board.
Great move down the inside of the chicane.
I want to stay on board with Raptor, make sure everything is good there.
He's also closing up to Danny D now. This is for, I think, P11. Yeah, it is. But again, not close enough to make a move. But where are we going to see the hard runners come in? Of course, the mediums, we did see the pit around lap 11-ish. So we will see maybe shortly when the hard compound runners come in. But Menz is closing nearly within DRS range of LSW Legend. Of course, Legend has just pit on the previous lap. Menz trying to perform the undercut. I don't think he's going to get DRS this time round, though. He's not close enough.
Not yet.
Ooh.
Uh-oh.
That's going to be crucial.
Yeah, Abcordy just incurred a 3-second time penalty, folks. We'll have to keep an eye on that as we get closer to the finale of this race.
We're about halfway through this race now. South Raptor's still closing up as Blaine's just picked up a penalty as well, but South Raptor's still sticking with around 3/4 tenths to Zacky's Beast. So if he's close enough, he might be able to think about going for a move just into the chicane, just like Zacky's Beast did on the previous lap to him. Maybe trying to repay the favour.
Man, Vapid Coot just trying to make up as much time as he can. Had a terrible start, but if he can get past Danny D or maybe even Kozlesko, maybe he can salvage some points out of here, or maybe a point.
Closing up to Danny D, but he can't get the overtake done with Danny D, of course, getting DRS off Kozlesko just ahead. That's not going to help him at all. His own house race is getting even worse. He's just lost it at the exit of turn 2 as well. They've really not been a good weekend so far. He's lost it again. Has not much grip off track there, and he's lost it again, and that's essentially Owen Howe's race over, with all due respect.
Well, Abcordy has boxed, Corey. Is that early, would you say?
You can take the mediums that far, but that is probably a little bit early from Abcordy, but he maybe doesn't want to come under. He's getting a new front wing, so maybe he's picked up damage somewhere, actually. So that maybe is the reason why we've seen him come in early. So I'm not sure which wall he's hit, but he's definitely hit some sort of wall out there, which is pretty hard to do around this track.
Yeah, I can't imagine where he would have done it.
Maybe that's where we saw Legend close the gap. Maybe, as you said, a mistake from QWERTY, and he's now he's dropped behind all of these cars. He's dropped behind Scar Borger. So at the moment, LSW Legend is in the net race lead.
Damn. I'm sure he doesn't even realize. Well, he might realize it now. But yeah, as you said, Legend's in first, Menz in P2, and then Adrian would be in technically P3 of this race. We're going to see how Corrido does in all this, but he has incurred a 3-second time penalty, the Mercedes driver.
This is crucial for Menz and Adrian and the cars behind as well to try and close up to net race leader Legend while he's stuck behind all these cars to get within the DRS. And like I said at the start, we could be having a 4 or even 5 car battle to the end for this race victory. Zacky's Beast and South Raptor are still going side by side. This battle's been going all race for the whole 15 laps. They're going side by side through the hairpin. The Alfa Romeo nearly off the track with the Red Bull of South Raptor back at the inside. But Zacky's Beast trying to go for the switchback, trying to send it around the outside. Once again going for the switchback. Can he make it work? 2 more corners to go. Corrito's got a penalty for speed in the pit lane, but it looks like South Raptor's got it done for now as he's come into the pit lane.
Wow. Yeah, that was pretty hectic. And I think that's Corrido's battle for the podium position is done. I think the 5+3, that's minimum of 8 seconds, and we still have, what, 10, 11 laps to go?
As I've just seen Kozlesko letting his teammate LSW Legend through, and he's going to be doing a huge favour to his teammate. He's yet to box. He's going to try and hold up championship leader Jay Menz Legend's nearest rival in this race as much as he can to try and help his teammate get the victory today. And even Carito, I've just noticed, he's now jumped QWERTY in the pit stops as well, with him having to get that new front wing. But of course, with that 5-second time penalty for speeding, it's going to drop him down. We saw quite a lot of penalties last night, so we're getting a few here in Division 2 as well.
In your defense, though, there was rain and it's F2. In your defense.
That's very true.
Well,
Here
looks
comes
like
Menz, though, down the back straight.
Yeah.
Make the move on the outside.
Oh, that's contact! Oh, baby! Wow.
It's a shame for Chris Lesko. Contact with JD Menz. We'll see what the stewards think about that one after, but that's his chance for maybe decent points now gone.
Yeah, that's unfortunate stuff there for Kozlesko. Marsh, Corey talking about F2? Shock.
Yeah, I had to get a bit in there. I think he said in a streamer chat before the chances of me talking about F2 in the stream. Of course I had to get it in there. As one man who's actually had a very good race so far and took advantage of all the chaos he's had around him is Adrian. He's now within about 6/10 of his teammate Menz, who of course we've just seen had that contact. So Adrian is well within this battle for the race victory now if he can close upon Legend, who's shown some great pace so far.
And it appears everyone has officially made their mandatory pit stop, ladies and gentlemen. So, by default, we should be going to the end of this race with no more pit stops. I don't want to say the dreaded word, but we all know if that happens, then we might. But, you know, we'll see. We got Carito right on the heels of Adrian. Because he has the 8-second time penalties, he can still, you know, be a little bit of a frustration. He can park his car where these guys don't want him to. He can be a nuisance still. Adrian's made the move on Lee. Oh my goodness, what a three-way battle this might be coming to turn 10.
Carito's got his wheel in there.
Yeah.
Oh, there was so nearly contact, but Menz is going to hold on.
And now Carito going to go up on the inside of 11. Yes, he is. Nicely done from Carito, but Lee holding the inside now of 12. And there is there's contact. That's a little body check.
More contact. As QWERTY's now getting involved in this. He's around the outside of Menz. You can see the extra grip he's got on those medium tyres.
Oh, wow.
Make the move into fourth. I've just realised as well, Vapid Coot has just gone round at the in the middle sector, so that's his chance of maybe closing the gap with JD Menz in the championship gone.
Uh-oh. Marsh is saying 8 seconds. He needs to calm down with my car. I guess that's Marsh's car. The Mercedes.
Yeah, Carito's placing Marsh for tonight, so yeah, he's clearly not treating that car well.
No, definitely. We're going to have to talk to Toto about that, Marsh.
Carito, he might be able to steal P2 on track here from Adrian. You know, Carito obviously starts on the hard tyre. He switched to the medium tyre. He's going to be so much quicker in the Ferrari at the moment. He's going to have the DRS on Adrian going down this straight. But Adrian using a bit of the battery to try and stay ahead. And of course got that lower downforce setup. So Carito isn't even as quick. He's going to send it to the inside. Yes, he is. It's a very late move.
Wow.
He's missed the corner.
What the fuck? Oh, that's Ab QWERTY.
Adrian.
That was Ab QWERTY making contact with the Ferrari. And Adrian has to drop out. That is so unfortunate for Adrian. He was having a fantastic race. Absolutely ruined now as he drops down to P8. And that is absolutely heartbreaking if you're an Adrian fan.
Indeed, Adrian had such a good race up till that point and was an absolute passenger in that, really. QWERTY trying to go around the outside wasn't going to work. Of course, QWERTY with the extra grip. He's now going to be fighting for P2 on track. But I wouldn't want to be a Division 2 steward after this.
Yeah, there's definitely going to be some stewarding work after this race. But of course, we are not the stewards. We are the commentators. We are enjoying some racing. And it's still been, you know, it's been chaotic, but it's still been fun at times. So, no complaints. Drastic Plays takes the fastest
way to
lap.
go. Indeed, he does. He is currently, where is he? He's P7 at the moment. Danny D's just picked up a penalty, but QWERTY at the moment He's still holding within that DRS range of FRL Carito, but LSW Legend at the moment, I said he's had some great pace. He has stayed out of trouble at the moment and is over 2 seconds in the lead.
Yeah, as long as he can stay out of trouble, it should be okay for the Legend. And of course, Corrido with an extra 5 seconds of time penalties on at Cordy, so...
Well, I was going to bring up penalties is going to play a huge factor later on in this race. We've got yellow flags again. It's Owen at the final corner has gone round again. I think that's like
a full safety car,
and he's lost his front wing. Oh, it is.
It's a full.
Owen his front wing. It's caused a safety car.
A full safety car, ladies and gentlemen. You can see on the top left of your screens. Full fucking safety car. I cannot believe this. Not a VSC, a full safety car, and it's all thanks to this man right here.
But are we going to see anyone pit is the thing. If you're near the back, you've got nothing to lose. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see a few drivers pit. But if you're near the front, you've got everything to lose. Legend will be, again, under a lot of pressure from the restart. I know Carito and Querty have penalties. As Carito, he's coming into the pit lane, so he's going to get rid of that 5-second penalty for speeding. And so's Querty as well. So the second and third place man in the race have now came in, as well as Scarborough. We've seen a few people pit behind the safety car and just stayed out, but is that pit stop going to work though?
No, he's had a crazy race too, ladies and gentlemen. It's fucking drastic plays now up in the P4 in this race. The one positive that I actually kind of feel good for is Adrian. He's allowed to move up ahead of all those shenanigans, get up to P5, and he'll be right behind the leaders once again on the restart.
Indeed, Adrian, as you said, now brought back into this race, has been given a second chance. I think two cars that are in a brilliant position at the moment is Commence and Drastic Blaze. They're on the medium compound tyre. They can go to the end, and they're going to be a lot quicker than the two cars ahead of them. But are we going to see the likes of QWERTY, Scarborough, Zaki's Beast, who have all picked for the soft compound tyre, try and slide their way through on the other cars? I think we'll have about 5 or 6 laps to go when the safety car comes in.
Yeah, it's a good guess. I'd have to assume so. It seems like, where did Abqwerty and Carito come out? So Abqwerty is now in P10, ladies and gentlemen. Carito is in P12. Just so you guys know about that. But anyways, the top 5. The one guy I do feel bad for is Legend. He was pulling away from this field. Now, obviously, the tires got to cool down. He's got to worry about cars behind him, and he's got to basically do this all over again.
The Legend trying to himself back in the championship fight. A very experienced racer is Legend. He knows how to cope with the pressure, but he has got the championship leader, Jaylee Menz, behind him. At the moment, I think Legend would go up to second place in the championship. He's currently P4 at the moment, so this was shooting right into potentially championship contention, at least close the gap to Jaylee Menz, because he's having a brilliant race so far. But he's going to do it all over again as Legend, and if there's one man you don't want behind you at a safety car restart, it's the championship leader, Jaylee Menz.
Yeah, you said it, Corey. You said it. I mean, couldn't agree more. But though, I can't stress this enough, ladies and gentlemen. I have to give a shout out to the Williams. Oh, Cowan actually, ironically, is talking about him too. Well, I'm just about to talk about him, Cowan, because Drastic Blaze is fucking killing it, and hopefully he can keep this up, sitting in P4, very close to a podium position, no penalties. Of course, he's going to have Adrian to deal with behind, but I mean, Jesus, you gotta give props to where it's due, you know? And he's doing a fantastic job as it stands.
Indeed, Drastic Blaze, no disrespect, not one of the quickest drivers in this division, but he can definitely pick up the pieces when the opportunity arises, and today that's exactly what he's done. And if he can use the advantage of those medium tyres, maybe follow Commence through all the way to the end, he could be seeing himself and that Williams car finishing on the podium, I believe, for the first time this season.
Alrighty, folks.
The penalty situation at the moment is an interesting one. At the moment, we've got South Raptor, Blaine, F1AB QWERTY, and Carito with 3 seconds. We've got that guy with 6, and Danny D's picked up the most at the moment with 9 seconds. So he's going to get the most penalty award tonight. But we'll see if anyone can beat him to that when the safety car could potentially be in at the end of this lap if Owen is able to catch up by the end of the lap. If not, we'll get one more lap, and then we'll go back to racing on lap 23.
All right, folks, this is getting intense. Yeah, we're, as Corey just said, we're waiting for Owen Howell to get back to the back of the pack, and then hopefully we should get under racing for lap 23 if that's the case. I'm assuming.
Might be close. Again, the safety car pack now only with about 2 or 3 more corners to go. It might be a very late call if this safety car is going to be called in. But I think they need to be ready just in case it is going to be called in late, as Owen is now closing in on the queue. Is it going to be called in? No, we are going to get one more lap then. So that gives the drivers a bit more breathing room to get those, especially the hard runners, those tyres up into temperature.
Yeah, and you know what that means, ladies and gentlemen? Your boy Diesel Dominator gets to hit a bull and get ready for the restart of this race, because Lord knows I will not be able to hit another one for the duration of this race, and nor do I want. I need to hit a bull, I guess, because this is about to be exciting for it.
Indeed, it will be. It's going to be one hectic restart, that's for sure. I've just seen Vapid. He has just peeled up into the pit lane again for maybe a fresh set of soft compound tyres now. It's been a tough day for the man who was P2 in the championship at the start of this race, and he's going to be dropping down to maybe as low as 4th in the championship after this race, as he's seen his nearest championship rival, JD Menz, is going to be fighting for the race victory come the end of this French Grand Prix. Well, the safety car will probably be at the end of this lap. We've just got to wait for Vapid to close up, and we'll see Bernd Molander and the Aston Martin Mercedes-AMG safety car peel off into the pit lane, and we're going to get the Aston Martin of LSW Legend, who's done a brilliant job out in front so far this race, get us back underway with championship leader Jody Menz just behind. Should get the notification in a minute when they cross that sector line saying safety car be in, and we haven't. There we go. The safety car, as confirmed, will be in the end of this lap. Back to you, Diesel.
Yeah, all right. Well, we're going to go now on board with P4 Drastic Blaze. This legend is going to get us started. He will become the defunct safety car for this restart. And we will get to racing speed shortly. Just going to do the graphic on the top left of your screen. Green flags. And man, this is going to be exciting, folks. We got Legends, Men's, Commence, Blaze, and even Adrian, all with no penalties. They did not box, so they're still on those original tires that they boxed on. All right, here we go. On the restart, Men's looks like he's nice and close to Legends. With Commence right there, doesn't look like anyone getting the jump on anyone specific here in the top 5. We're staying in the same positions as we started. But Lee, of course, so much closer on this restart than he was before the safety car. And now he has that chance of getting first place and, of course, extending his lead in the Drivers' Championship. We got Commence right in the thick of things, staying in P3, using that battery to stay with Menz. He's got the slipstream, too. He's actually gaining some speed there. Is he going to be able to make the move into turn 8 and 9? No, he thinks better of it.
He's going to go for a move though, going into the chicane. This is on Golden Egg Fry. This is for P9 on track at the moment before any penalties. Golden Egg Fry's trying to kind keep it on the inside. But with the extra grip that Quirty has on those soft tyres, he's now made his way up into 9th place.
All right, and now Commence, ladies and gentlemen, has made the move on Lee. We just caught that on the inside of turn 10, but Men's coming back at him on the outside of 11. Commence, though, has the inside line. Now we're coming up to turn 12. They are side by side. No, they're not anymore. Lee got a nice exit out of 11. Holy shit, that was nice. And is able to stay ahead. It looks like Adrian's struggling because South Raptors made the move up into P5. So even though Raptor has a time penalty, that's obviously going to hinder Adrian's progress in this race. As now Drastic has literally drastically caught up to Commence. Yeah, you're absolutely. Yeah,
make it work. He's a little too far back.
The battle between Men's and Commence, allowing Blaze to catch up, just as my chat is basically saying. You guys are absolutely right. You guys are taking my fucking job away. Shut up!
Commence is still closing up though, as they said. But this is also helping Legend as well if they continue battling.
Looks like Blaze touched the booty a little bit there. And Commence almost... Oh, it looked like Commence got a little bit squirrely there. And here comes Blaze right on the heels of the Frenchman. I don't know if he's French, but he's driving a French car. And it looks like he's going to think better of it. He slides right back in. Maybe... I'm actually... You know what? To be honest with you guys, I haven't really seen the overtakes like in F2. We were seeing them into the chicane. But here in F1, I'm seeing a lot here into turn 10. And here goes Commence once again on the inside. Oh my goodness.
Looks like he's really bringing in Drastic Blaze. He's going to go on the inside and Commence, isn't he? This is going to be so tight, but no, he backs out. JD Menz lives to fight another day in P2.
Yeah, and this has to be amazing for Legends as well, ladies and gentlemen, because Legends now is allowed to pretty much kind of pull away as long as Commence and Menz keep battling. So I'm sure Legends is just saying in his head, keep battling, guys, keep battling, fuck off. Let me live my life. DRS is enabled, Corey.
Closing up. He's closing up. He's just got past Blaine, but I think he's right on the back of Adrian now. He's going to have to wait again as Menz has got a penalty. That is going to be crucial come the end of the race. That's going to drop in multiple positions.
Oh my goodness, you are absolutely right. I am shocked to see that. It must have been on the exit of the first chicane. I mean, France is notorious for track limits. Not as bad as my home Grand Prix, but still pretty bad.
Menz holding within DRS and Legend at the moment. This is going to help him stay in P2 on track at least. But Commence is going to rinse that battery on the medium tyre. He's going to pull to the inside line. Commence is finally made it. Menz has braked so late. He's got the outside line, which is going to turn the inside line for turn 8. And he's somehow, I don't know how, Menz has held on to second place there on those 13 lap old hards. This is brilliant racing towards the end as QWERTY's now up into 6th place past Adrian.
Yeah, this is just battles galore here. And we are just now approaching 2 laps to go. Going into turn 10. And Drastic Blaze has finally made the move. And sorry, turn 11. I said turn 10. But that was turn 11. Now we're going to turn 12. But Commence has been overtaken, Corey.
Indeed, it was a brilliant move from Drastic Blaze down the inside of the hairpin. And this is now throwing Drastic Blaze in the pot for the victory now. If he can get past the Ferrari and Menz, he's got quite a bit of battery. But again, so does Menz as well. But Drastic Blaze with the better tyres, Drastic Blaze could be on for a potential victory here if he can get past the Ferrari straight away. It will probably be down the back straight. Will be his first chance.
Yeah, we'll have to keep an eye on this battle, folks. I'm not going to turn my camera anywhere else for you, folks. And what about this? Is going to be 2 laps to go in the French Grand Prix, round 9 of Summit League Racing Division 2.
I think Menz has closed up on Legend here. It's now 8/10 of a second, and another 8/10 back to Drastic Blaze. Excuse me, and it's like Carritos, he's had contact with that guy, and that guy's been spun round. And his race has gone downhill, and we've got a lot of stuff going down on the main straight, and QWERTY's now past his teammate. I think he's been let through. But there's been positions swapping around everywhere at the lower end of the top 10 and just outside.
Thank you for that update, because Lord knows I am not following those back guys. I do not want to get yelled at by the ladies and gentlemen. Oh my goodness. Drastic Blaze coming up on the inside of Menz. He's loving turn 11 right now. Can't get the move done just yet, because Menz, of course, our championship leader, very skilled at what he does. Of course, the 3-second time penalty is gonna fucking kill him, but he is still at least not letting it deter him and not giving the position up without a fight. And you gotta love it.
Indeed, Menz getting his elbows out in these final stages of the race now. We've now gone to the final lap. Legend continues to lead ahead of championship leader JD Menz, but Drastic Blaze really wants to get that P2 on track. He wants to get the victory. Does Drastic Blaze but he's still on for P2 at the moment with Commence picking
Oh!
up the third
I'm
place.
going to spun!
Oh, it's, again, like you said, Arquette spinning out the exit of 2. It's heartbreak for the Red Bull. It's been a tough race with penalties, and it's just going to get even worse for him now.
Oh my goodness. What a crazy race this is been. Holy crap. Here we go. Drastic Blaze looks like he's just chilling there. He's kind of content. I think he knows that he's going to get the position because of the track penalties. His biggest fear will probably be Commence, let's be honest. Adrian has moved up a couple positions. Now he's back up into P5, folks, on track. But South Raptor going to maybe come back out? No, not going to. Adrian is doing a solid job.
Fourth at the moment with penalties. He's going to come out ahead of Adrian, which isn't too bad for men's, but at the moment it's still looking like it's going to be Legend who's going to take this victory unless something drastic, excuse the pun, is going to happen in these final 2 corners.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And here we go. It looks like, ladies and gentlemen, that yeah, he will drop down to P4 is men's. At least as it stands. But anything can happen here. He might even drop down to P5 depending on what Adrian does. And here we go. Legends, ladies and gentlemen, your race winner.
Oh, and Adrian just got his teammate on penalties, 44 thousandths of a second. Adrian picks up P4 in the end after Menzies' penalty.
And yeah, I think I agree with that, Cowan. Stop stealing my fucking job, but yes, I completely agree with you. Says Drastic Blaze, driver of the day.
No, I couldn't agree more. He's done a brilliant race. Has Drastic Blaze. We'll get the top 3 in the party when we can to give them a quick interview, get their thoughts on the race. But yeah, it's been a brilliant race for Drastic Blaze, keeping his composure, keeping it calm, and managing to pick up P2 in the end for the Williams team, and some big points to his championship tally as well.
Yeah, and men's has got to be absolutely gutted because of the 3-second penalty, dropping what, three positions at the end of the day. Just gut-wrenching stuff. He was on obvious pace for P2, and yeah, just what? That's what, 8 less points, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe so.
So yeah, 8 points down the drain because of the 3 seconds. He's got to be punching something if he's not punching the stupid Canadian talking about it as we speak. But anyways, Corey is probably inviting people as I am ranting on. And that's probably a good thing because I have to focus on reading out the final results to you guys as soon as this stupid screen loads. You get the brand new Xbox just to get faster loading screens. But of course, nothing fucking works in this life.
But with that now, with Legend picking up that win, that has for sure shot him into potential championship contention now, as we've just finished round 9 of the championship.
Yeah, that is some great stuff there. As you're saying, Legends in P1, Drastic Blaze P2, and our, at least so-called right now, driver of the day. Then we got Commence in P3, Adrian P4. Adrian with a fantastic recovery. I know the safety car definitely helped him, but he kept his composure and got ahead of his teammate at the end to take P4. Of course, Men sitting in P5. We've already talked about it enough. I don't want to fucking beat a dead horse. Zacky's Beast in P6, Golden Egg Pryor in P7, Scarborga in P8, South Raptor in P9, and to round out the points is Vapid Cute in P10, who actually, as I said, I said earlier in the race, he was actually doing pretty good. He might get a single point, and quite literally, he did. So nice on Vapid Cute. Fastest lap is by Corrito, but he got into P13, so that extra point will not count for him.